Hi, Scott here again. So we're up to chapter 9, which I have called the divine gut. It is the most extraordinary organ of the body. Without it, you just don't function. But the abuse that it's put through is extraordinary. And the abuse actually comes from a lack of awareness on behalf of you and others, me at one point in my life, a lack of awareness around the effects that food has on the body. Essentially, if you put clean food in, you're going to be able to extract all the appropriate nutrients out of that food. However, if your gut isn't functioning properly, then it doesn't matter how much good food you put in, you'll find that basically you just won't be functioning properly. I also know that people are putting probiotics and supplements into suboptimal gut environment, and of course they're just wasting the money. They might as well just burn up dollar notes. Because their gut is not working properly. That is the key, functionality. If you've got symptoms, some of the symptoms which you've read about so far in the book or that I've alluded to already, those symptoms disappear. Body's out of balance, it'll start sending you signals and start basically ringing bells. I want to just allude to a couple of points in here with regard to recreational food. I have a profile at the Noosa Farmers Market every Sunday and a couple of other markets on the Sunshine Coast here on Queensland and Australia. And of course, recreational food is something that people love to participate in. I don't have an issue with recreational food as long as part of your daily, complement. The German sausage analogy is a beauty. I don't have anything against German sausages or the people who sell them. Because they need to be there and for certain people to know that they don't need to eat that sort of food any longer. But just take that as a metaphor for a whole lot of crappy food out there. The moment white bread and preservative and dead animal flesh, for instance, hits your system, it throws your body into a complete state of nutritional trauma. But it could be a meat pie. It could be a flour-based product. It could be boiled food. It could be roasted food. It could be anything like that. The idea is, with the divine gut, is to establish greater awareness around the food you are putting into your system and have a homeopathic relationship with small amounts of food that give you a maximum amount of benefit. And if you stray off track, it doesn't matter. But at the end of the day, it's up to you. If you're feeling affected by food you're eating, if you're bloating or something like that after eating food, then something's wrong. It means that there's a functional issue and you've got to fix it up. I've got photographs in chapter 9 of the divine gut. I've got weapons of personal destruction, self-harm and abuse. A lot of people actually use food and they use their guts to essentially kill themselves. We all know that life is hard out there and that we've all gone through life with massive stories of tragedy, mayhem, trauma, happiness. We've had the whole gamut of things. I'm at a stage now where I look after myself and I only want ease and grace, and I choose to have an easy life and a graceful life. Still work hard, still make a commitment to my people through my raw food classes and through my my gut education work. But at the end of the day, if you don't take it easy, then things will go wrong. Chapter 9 is a doozy. It's the biggest of the book. It's my final chapter. And just remember, it's a short, sharp read, but it's absolutely brilliant. It's the sort of thing that you'll be able to actually give to someone who is having difficulty around health and the impacts of food on their health. It's a quick, short, sharp read designed for those people who are starving for time, and not necessarily starving for nutrients, but starved of time. And they can knock it off in 2.5 to 3 hours, and it's been life-changing for a number of people. So that's it. Out of all the copies that I've sold to date, I haven't had any negative response to anything that I brought to the surface. Sure, I actually talk about the facts and figures associated with the meat, wheat, dairy, processed food and sugar industries. They're the basis of government policy. We form the government policy as people. We can now vote with our guts and say no more to those food categories that are causing problems for individuals and causing problems for the planet. It's up to you to be able to make choices for yourself and to act with greater responsibility, and that is the ability to respond. You can do it. I did it. Ask me questions, send me emails, but most importantly, get as much out of this wee book as you possibly can. In the meantime, look out for my recipes, look out for my upcoming recipe book, and enjoy your life and live it well.